many of those acts of physical violence for which we do have a figure have their origin, in many cases, in an act of disrespect, in an act of rudeness that spirals out of control. So one of the incentives to make civility a priority in the workplace, in our lives, in the life of the family, is that by keeping the levels of civility high, we keep the levels of physical violence down. This is just an example of the fact that civility, good manners, and politeness are not trivial. We need to detrivialize these notions. And we need to be aware that when we talk about good manners and we talk about civility, we do not talk about which fork to choose for the salad. Civility is a form of attention. I think this is very important. We cannot be civil to others without paying attention to them, therefore without listening to them, without understanding what goes on in their lives and caring about that. Isolation is a predictor of early illness and early death in the second part of our lives. So in order to thrive in life, we need social support. In order to gain and maintain social support, we need social skills. Social intelligence is a better predictor of success in life and in school than the intelligence that we measure with IQ. Very often, there is a connection between rudeness and insecurity. When we are insecure, we shift the burden of our insecurity upon others in the form of hostility. I remember that Dale Carnegie, one of my heroes, said once, "Never, ever, ever, ever argue. Because if you lose, you lose. And if you win, you lose." In an argument, you may prevail, but it's a Pyrrhic victory because you may, in the process, have shamed the other person. Sometimes, after a talk, one of the youngsters that come to talk to me in high school will say, "Dr. Forni, you have wonderful things to say about good manners and civility, but isn't it true that nice guys finish last?" And my answer is always the same: no, not if they're also smart.
I couldn't help but notice, but the 5 causes of incivility seem to mirror most of the condition that is apparent in just college life in general. So how can we as individuals help alleviate these 5 things that just seem to be
Endemic.
Embedded in our college lives?
Endemic. Be a good trustee of your own life, a wise trustee of your own life. Whenever life presents us a choice between the path of lesser resistance and the path of greater resistance, always choose the latter.